Hi, this is Jason with 5 Letter Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Power of the Force Emperor Palpatine with walking stick from the Star Wars The Power of the Force 2 toy line from 1997. So the first thing we're going to do is take a close look at the packaging. Alright, so taking a look at the packaging, standard Power of the Force 2 toy line packaging from 1997. This is the green stuff. They started with the green packaging in 1997. Great looking figure of Emperor Palpatine with his walking stick. It's got a hologram picture of Emperor Palpatine, and it says he comes with a walking stick. It's got Darth Vader's picture on it. You know, overall just looks fantastic. And then as we take a look at the back, it's got a picture of Emperor Palpatine. They basically had it where it's like almost like a Rolodex picture that you could actually cut out and file away. You know, shows his height, his stats, his classification, shows other pictures of the figures in the toy line as well as a couple of the other vehicles. And it even has a checklist of the stuff to make it easy for you. And this guy is from Kenner from 1997. But let's get this guy opened up. So taking a look at the Emperor Palpatine figure, this is a very, very, very basic figure. So molding is okay on this guy. I mean, the face is not that great compared to obviously the stuff we get now, but it does a good job at least conveying that it's Emperor Palpatine. Now his articulation is very, very crappy. He can move his arms up and down. His head can move left to right just a little bit, but it is highly restricted by his cloak. And then he's actually got an articulation point way up at the high waist where you can kind of rotate the whole lower half, but there's no legs. They're all molded in to this guy. You can kind of see it's just one big clunk, and you can actually, let's see if I can even get it to do it without making him drop anything. He can rotate there. You can see it kind of turning. We'll put him back right there. But that's about it. His hands are molded really poorly. He can only hold his walking stick, and he can barely even do that well. It's a very tiny little part. Let me see. Let's get him in there. There you go. You can see his hand, and you touch it, it doesn't stick in there very well. So you can kind of see it's molded just for this and only this, which is fine because, you know, in The Empire Strikes Back, that's really all he did was hold his walking stick and then shoot his lightning. But I mean, there's nothing really fantastic about this figure. And his walking stick also doesn't even touch the ground when he's got it in his hand, even at his lowest point. It's just very weird. Like you have to, it can touch his cloak. Now this cloak part here is separate. You can kind of see that this is separate from it, and it does, but you cannot remove it. So he's got, like, I guess a little bit of a layer detail, but I mean that's really it for this figure. And just for size comparison, here Emperor Palpatine is next to Stormtrooper in the Power of the Force 2 toy line. So he's not too small. He's actually just barely bigger than the Stormtrooper. It's just hard to see. But I mean, it's decent size scaling for this guy. Like I said, the most unfortunate thing with this figure is there's really almost no articulation, just the way they molded him. But it kind of goes in hand with what we saw in the movie. You know, this is before any of the prequels or any of the other stuff came out. I mean, we really only saw the Emperor in Empire Strikes Back on a hologram, and then Return of the Jedi just for a little bit walking, basically with his walking stick, and at the end he, you know, he shocked Luke Skywalker with his the Force lightning. But that's it. So I guess as far as, you know, playability, they really didn't have to do much with them, and you know, they definitely did that. They skimped out, you know, a lot of the other figures would at least have some kind of articulation or split in the legs to have his legs move independently, and he doesn't have that at all. So definitely a disappointing figure in the toy line. It's, you know, I guess it was one that a lot of people wanted because you definitely wanted the Emperor, but they really didn't give us much with this guy. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.